This was the competition in the TV industry before Oprah joined the game. It was notoriously hard to break into, especially if you didn't know anyone and you were in an underrepresented group. Oprah's unique ability allowed her to connect with people on a different level, creating trust in a safe space for people to share their deepest secrets. In 2013, world-renowned cyclist Lance Armstrong came out about his use of illegal doping on the Oprah show after denying it for years, and this led to him being stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles.
Were you a bully?
Yeah, I was a bully.
It's clear that when Oprah spoke, people listened, and it even got a name: the Oprah effect. Oprah defied all odds, not by chance, but because of several unique traits common in the resistant brain type that allowed her to win people over. We call them Kumas, so if you matched into this club, chances are you have resilient traits. Kumas are water types. Their prefrontal circuits are wired for steady responses. When Kumas are committed to something, they're incredibly reliable and persistent with it. Their limbic systems, the part of the brain that regulates emotions, is wired to be less responsive to stimulation, which make Kumas patient, calm, and easygoing. And this neurobiology translates into what's arguably the most powerful trait of a Kuma. Kumas are motivated by stability. When a Kuma feels stable, they commit fully and deeply to their work. They approach things methodically, by asking for guidance from trusted sources and considering every angle to make informed decisions. If something is meaningful, it can capture a Kuma's attention for weeks at a time. But with reliable stability, quality isn't the enemy. The problem is getting the ball rolling. We can't change the pace of a flowing river. A Kuma's motivation is resilient, but in a fast-moving world, they can sometimes struggle to keep up. They have a tendency to stick with what's familiar, and often don't push outside their comfort zone, which can make them seem lazy. But Kumas who understand this are able to create an ideal work environment to produce quality work that exceeds expectations. Just because a Kuma is thorough doesn't mean they're more productive if they don't complete their work on time. This is why Kumas thrive in predictable environments with routine and stability. They do incredibly well when they can focus deeply on fewer things at a time, knowing that the rest of their life is in order. For instance, pick one skill and one habit that contribute to a long-term project, and create a daily routine that builds momentum towards that goal over time. And also, consider designing a calm and organized workspace that inspires consistency. In this way, Kumas can be very productive when they follow their natural rhythm, but they should set clear deadlines for high-priority work and track their progress to ensure completion. You can more effectively use that resilience when you're working towards a meaningful goal. And don't forget to eat, because Kumas can often go all day without a proper meal. So motivation and productivity are one thing, but something that makes a Kuma truly stand out is how well they play with others.
I come from compassion, it's just my nature, and I come from wanting to connect.
Kumas are connectors. They're empathetic, supportive, and nurturing, and that energy uplifts everyone around them. They bring with them a sense of comfort and reassurance. If you've ever felt overwhelmed or awkward on a team project, having a Kuma in the mix can chill out the vibe, ensuring that everyone feels valued and heard. But being too laid back can lead to complacency. This becomes clear when we look at how Kumas respond to stress. Kumas are very go with the flow in nature, but without clear boundaries, they often end up doing too much for others, and this can lead to feeling undervalued or even burning out and not taking care of themselves. And this comes out even stronger when they feel like they're falling behind. Let's say a Kuma's performance evaluation isn't where it needs to be, but everyone around them is crushing it and receiving praise and being glorified for their work. A Kuma's mind would instantly jump to feelings of worthlessness and not being good enough. They typically respond to stress with hopelessness and by withdrawing inward, making them prone to depression. But don't forget that everyone feels those symptoms from time to time. Know that your feelings are temporary. They'll flow away like the river. And so we want to acknowledge these feelings and realize that it's part of our neurochemistry and not let them determine our actions, or worse, harm those around us. In these situations, practice gratitude to appreciate your efforts and calm your mind. Progress is progress, no matter how small. And practice honest communication and setting boundaries when working with others to stay aligned. So now that we understand all of this, let's look at how you can unlock your unfair advantage as a Kuma to find work you love and in the process, increase your earnings. Because when who you are aligns with what you're good at, the money follows. Kumas are deep learners. They learn slow at first, but once they know it, they know it. This is especially true when mastering complex topics. They thrive on understanding nuance and being detail-oriented. This is why skills in research, organization, counseling, nurturing relationships, event planning, data analysis, and teaching pair exceptionally well with their brain type. They have a keen eye for details and going above and beyond. Combined with being highly emotionally intelligent and socially perceptive, it makes their work even more impactful. Kumas lead with compassion. They empower everyone around them and build strong relationships grounded in trust. So to match their energy, they thrive in work that requires depth and human connection, while also providing deadlines and clear objectives. And because of this, Kumas make great educators, project managers, coaches, researchers, and consultants, where they have the freedom to connect with others and learn all the possible angles to solve their problems. So what do you think? Are you truly a Kuma? Don't forget, we have all 3 types of energy inside us, and there will be times when your Kitsune or Tora energy come out. So don't put yourself in a box, and use this as a guide for self-discovery. Now, what you plan to do with your brain type, that is a much more important question.